Welcome to the Hyundai i30N DCT. We've been lucky enough to spend quality time with the pre-facelift 6-speed manual. Now we have the facelift with the 8-speed automatic. It's a car that has been highly anticipated in a segment that is slowly dying, unfortunately. But what this car offers is serious performance, family practicality, and good value for money in a single package. At 750,000, it comes with everything as standard and 206 kilowatts. That is pretty much all you need for a front-wheel drive hot hatch. So I'm very keen to have a go in this vehicle. The Hyundai has updated some of the refinements, the suspension, and obviously the transmission is the big thing. And in my experience, a DCT can make or break a car, and in this case I'm very keen to see how well it performs on the road. So let's go for a drive. On the move in the Hyundai i30N, and it turns out it's exactly what you'd expect and a little bit more. This car jostles you down the road with an excitement that is hard to find for 750,000. The suspension is firm but adjustable, so you can go from normal mode into sport mode, into sport plus. I was lucky enough to drive this vehicle on a wet Killarney raceway, and out there the way the electronic limited slip diff manages the torque between the front two wheels is very impressive. You can actually feel it coming through the steering wheel as the car sort of tucks its nose in. The way this car picks up speed is quite incredible, and being a dual clutch, the shifts are fast and slick, but you can turn it up. There is a shift light that you can have, and the N power shift function, which gives you an extra kick in the back. And that brings me to this little button that says NGS. It stands for N grin shift, which is a bit silly, but it really means that this car just gives you full boost for 20 seconds. And it's quite something to experience. So I've got traction control on. It still spins up, but it pulls really strongly, and it grips. We have Pirelli P0 rubber, and that's wheel spin into second, and the exhaust is very pleasant. It has a pops and bangs, a burble tune on it, but it's not unnecessary, it's not antisocial, it's just enough to remind you that this is a performance car, and I really do appreciate that. Yeah, so for the money, the way this car puts its power down and the gear shift, the speed of the dual clutch, it really feels like a R1 million car. In traffic, it really is close to an automatic. It doesn't struggle to engage in thick traffic first to second. That is something that most dual clutches struggle with. And what a beautiful road. I forget that Chapman's Peak is so close, and this is really an exceptional vehicle for this sort of road, I must say. And it's not easy for me to say that, having driven so many high performance cars. This car hangs on, and for the money, it really is because this car doesn't cost R1 million that I'm so glad that it doesn't, because it has direct competitors, but those direct competitors simply don't do what we just did now. That's probably the quickest and the most confident I felt in a front-wheel drive car on that stretch of Chapman's Peak. So Hyundai knows exactly what they're doing here when it comes to bang for buck. And if you aren't aware of what the N brand has to offer, I think you definitely need to have a look. If you enjoy driving and you probably only just need one car, this would be the one to seriously consider. And the dual clutch transmission in this has really transformed what this car has to offer. It's now a point and squirt high speed hot hatch. They can settle down perfectly fine, and you can cruise in 8th gear at 120 quietly enough. And with that, definitely keep an eye out for the full road test in the magazine. And I hope to see you guys soon. Like and subscribe, and all those other good things. It's a pleasure to have vehicles like this still in existence, and I'm glad to have had a go. If Hyundai are listening, I'd really like to sit a little bit lower, but other than that, thank you very much.